Hi there Pokefans, I am your humble host Fan and you're watching Pokemon Gym Challenges. And I don't know when I actually put on these clothes over here, but what do you think about it? I mean, I did spend a lot of money buying them. Anyway, let's get through these roses while we get attacked by this Durant. Now Durant is a good Pokemon. It's just a pity that there are much stronger bug steel types than Durant out there, especially seeing as Durant is so slow. Also, please consider subscribing to the channel, leaving a like and sharing it with your friends, and also comment in the comment section below if you find anything you dislike or you like, or you agree or disagree with what I am doing over here. It does help the algorithm, and I've noticed that my views have slowed down quite significantly over the last few weeks. Well, I assume that is just a normal way things go, but it is quite disconcerting. It's like attention span is reduced to such an extent that no one is interested in normal length videos anymore. But that is just my opinion. Okay, let's see if we can do anything around here. Anyone remember us being over here? And as you might expect, we are specifically have come here to find some TMs that will be useful for our team. Let's finally get into this cave over here, Terminus Cave. Now we could have gone in here much earlier, but I decided to skip it for that moment because I desperately wanted to be somewhere else. So now we are going through this Terminus Cave now, because we are actually looking for items over here. It's quite a good thing that you can actually just walk up these ramps over here. In the past you had to use a bike to get up any ramps. Okay, so we find a construction worker over here, or maybe he's a miner. And Graveler is probably a decent Pokemon for him to have. An appropriate Pokemon, that is the word I was actually looking for. Considering that he is working in the cave, I don't know what he's doing in the cave. He's probably digging for something. He calls himself a worker, but he's probably a miner. If he's a miner, then him working in here makes a lot of sense because he's looking for minerals and stuff. But if he's a construction worker, I don't know very many caves in which pipes of any kind, whether it be electrical or communication or even water or sewage, goes through caves. I don't think so. It's too much of a environmental issue, I think. And the bloody things always have bloody sturdy. Gives them a turn to attack that they should not rightfully have. On the other hand, it does make things interesting. It would have been less interesting if he used that single turn he had to use a explosion or a self-destruct. I mean, that's the strategy I would be using. Seeing as I'm probably going to die the next turn, I may as well use the maximum power attack. Especially if you're fighting against someone who you are weak against. You decide that from the start. He's probably going to get the first attack because you're so slow. So you may as well do self-destruct or explosion, because your sturdy will help you out over there. What do you guys think about that strategy? Granted, it does not work for anyone who is doing a Nuzlocke. And you might run out of Pokemon, especially if the opponent survives your attack. And even if he doesn't, I don't think draws count in the game. I think it gets counted against you as a loss. So someone has to take out an opposing Pokemon without fainting. But on the other hand, very few trainers have a single type team. Granted, I have a single type team over here. But in your normal gameplay, very few people will have a full team of water or grass types. So your rock types can have the explosion in the background and a sturdy to help them survive a super effective attack. But what it's actually going to do is allow you to survive an attack so that you can do explosion against someone who is super effective against you. And that might either weaken your opponent to such a degree that your next Pokemon, and you ought to choose one that is the highest likelihood of outspeeding that specific Pokemon, would take him out in a single attack. Or you might be able to take him out with that explosion in and of itself. Okay, so we have faced quite a few Grabblers. That's a heat rock. I think a heat rock is used to power up fire type attacks. Interesting. Yeah, I want another repel because I don't really want to face too many wild Pokemon. Okay. I wonder how do we get over there. That was now a dodge. I wonder if it was necessary to dodge that guy. They want us to go into the direction of that battle girl over there. That was a nice dodge. And in case you guys think that that was lucky, I could see the girl over there, so I planned it that way. It was a strategic dodge. But facing all of these damn Graveler over here is quite irritating. I don't really see the reason to fight them just because I encountered them on a rock smash. This is quite a maze that we have to go through. Okay, let's smash this rock over here. I'm probably going to forget rock smash when I get out of this, because Eevee needs to know different attacks. Okay, I couldn't get up that slope over there. Sure, that was almost running over into that battle guy over there. That would have been very unpleasant. Are we going to have to face another Graveler? Yes. It's a Graveler. Let's run away again. This episode is only 24 minutes long, so I'm wondering whether or not I ought to cut out all of these encounters, seeing as there's hardly any time in this episode at all, as it is. And I found a revive over there. This girl is looking at me. Look at that, she's looking at me. I couldn't even dodge her. Looking at me funny, that girl. And how would I go about telling her that she's not really my type? She's a bit flat in the chest department. And that is to do with maturity, I suppose. This bloody Medicham is giving me a lot of grief. Luckily I managed to take it out this time. For a second there I thought that my fairy type attack will not do sufficient damage. Okay, Arceus, you're up. You're the only one that I feel confident in being capable of doing this battle. It's probably going to be with a fly. I wonder, shouldn't Howlucha have some sort of resistance to flying type attacks, seeing as he is flying himself? But as it is, that didn't actually count for anything. Okay, do I have any potions? Okay, I have a hyper potion. Wigglytuff, you heal up for me. Okay, you heal up as well. Okay, so I don't think I should have jumped over those hoops over there. Okay, this is a full heal. I use full heals. Other than that, this room doesn't have anything for me. And this tear in the wall over here isn't actually something useful. You can't actually get through there. Okay, what's this? This is elixir. Now that is very useful when we are fighting the Elite Four and the champion. It is exclusively for when we run out of PPs. Sure, almost ran into that guy again. Granted, we didn't actually run into him, but we almost did. Ah. I forgot that we didn't fight this guy yet. Toxicroak is first. That is the perfect combination of Pokemon to use against my poor little Wigglytuff. Poison and fighting. Granted, the Dazzling Gleam or the Fairy type is quite effective against the fighting type part. But his poison type is just as effective against my poor little Wigglytuff. And he outsped the bastard. Is it a male, by the way? He goes for another sludge bomb. And it is a male, yes. For a second there I thought I was misgendering the poor Toxicroak. That would have gotten me into a lot of trouble in some European countries. Luckily, I am not in any European countries. And we get rid of Toxicroak. On the other hand, it's more lucky that I didn't misgender the poor frog. Sork is next. Now if only Wigglytuff had an attack that I could use, which is a fairy type and which regenerates my HP. Sadly, that is not what I have. It uses a bloody close combat. And it takes out the Wigglytuff. Granted, Wigglytuff was hardly alive to begin with. Okay, Arceus, are you going to manage this Sork? Fly is the attacker you ought to do. And we outspeed, luckily. or else that close combat would have been devastating. But the bloody thing has sturdy. Why the hell does the bloody thing have sturdy? That is not a Pokemon that ought to have sturdy. Only rock and steel types ought to have sturdy. Have I said the word sturdy enough? Okay, just take out this guy. A waterfall will be close, good enough. Oh, for crying out loud. I forgot that all of my team is normal and that's a bloody fighting type. Okay, hopefully Heliolisk outspeeds. Heliolisk, quickly do a Thunderbolt before he has a chance to attack again, the bastard. That takes care of him. Now we have to revive some Pokemon because for some stupid reason we allowed half of our team to get fainted. Okay, luckily I have some revives. Don't I have any revival herbs? That might have been a better option. Okay, I only have 3 hyper potions as well. So a revival herb would have been much better. Anyway, let's go on with the game. Assuming we can actually get out of the medicine bag. For some reason I got stuck right there. But we're back on the path, trying to make our way through this cave, seeing what items we can find, and an X attack is not the item I want. Okay, so that was that. Does this actually benefit us in any way? No, it doesn't. I wonder what happens if I go up here and walk along this path, this upper path. That bloody well brings me back to here, which isn't really where I wanted to be, but anyway, let's try this again. Not go down there, okay, there's no going further than that point, so this is kind of useless. Yeah, use another repel. At least the repel is doing some job in helping us avoid many wild Pokemon. A Dusk Stone. So this is where you find a Dusk Stone. Okay. Okay. As soon as we can get into this path like this, we might be able to see where it can take us. What is that? There's an item over there. Now how do I get to that box over there? It might involve having to fight that guy, but luckily this time we managed to dodge him. Okay. So this is, we bloody well got back up the ramp again. Yes, of course use another repel. Okay, around the back like this. Rock smash this rock and probably fight another Graveler. Yes, I'm fighting another Graveler. Luckily it's not a shiny, or else we would kind of be obligated to catch it. But that doesn't happen. And we find Shadow Ball. We finally find a Shadow Ball. And I do believe that is the attack we were looking for. The TM. What all of this walking around in that bloody cave with all these trainers we're trying to dodge was all about. And who are we going to teach Shadow Ball to? Wigglytuff. And I didn't even have to ask because you saw me do it. I think Hyper Voice can be forgotten for Shadow Ball. Makes Wigglytuff more versatile. Okay, what other attacks do I have? Okay, return. Yes, I wanted to learn return again. Well, I don't want Pyroar to learn return. I want Eevee to learn return. I misclicked, so I was almost teaching Pyroar return, whereas Eevee is the one that ought to know return. And luckily Rock Smash is not a HM, it's a TM, so I can just forget it. And I don't think I need it anymore. I might be surprised later on, but for now I don't believe I need it. Okay, let's just use an escape rope. And then we fly to our next location, assuming I can get to the correct place. And we go over here. And then we're going to go to that hideout where the Pokemon are, because over there are some more TMs for us to find. But first we heal up, like this. Okay, where are we going to fly to now? Okay, let's go to this place. Where did we click? I wasn't actually paying attention right that second, because I was clearing my throat. Dendimal Town. Dendimal Town. Ah, okay. I need my cutter. So I've gone to fetch my cutter because without the cutter there isn't much I can do. And so we're off to find our next TM. Anyway, this is going to be the end of this episode. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for watching and goodbye.